What's up, Raider Nation? It's a wonderful day to be alive, but maybe not such a great day if the hopes for your team has vanished as fast as it came. The Raiders hired defensive line coach Rob Leonard as their defensive coordinator, and now it's the big question. Was this a defensive move, or was this the move to keep Maxx Crosby around? That's exactly what we're going to be talking about today. I go by Millennial Raider. If you're into Raider content just like this, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get into it. What an emotional roller coaster it's been the last 2 weeks for our defensive coordinator position. Patrick Graham signs with the Steelers. Finally, thank God he is out of here. Then Jim Schwartz has been rumored to be our defensive coordinator, and then my timeline is filled with all these defensive stats and all this hype around him and Super Bowl experience. And then out of left field, boom, Rob Leonard gets hired, and apparently he's been a top candidate this whole time. And suddenly, credit that Patrick Graham's been getting the last 3 years being shifted to Rob Leonard. Conveniently, I'm hearing he's under the Mike McDonald tree. In my opinion, he's still a part of the Josh McDaniels regime, and that's where my concern starts. Since Leonard has become a defensive line coach, can you tell me, who have we developed? What young defensive lineman has came in, developed, and became a game changer? Not Maxx Crosby. Maxx was Maxx before he got here. So where's the development pipeline? Because if we're promoting within, I need to see evidence that it's been earned, not convenient. Now let's talk about something nobody wants to say. The moves the Raiders have made to keep Maxx Crosby happy. Look at this pattern. In 2022, we give Maxx Crosby his extension. Very well deserved, right? Raider for life. 2024, he starts to get frustrated. He wants the team to hire Antonio Pierce, kind of backs him into a corner. The Raiders hire Antonio Pierce, and they give Maxx a raise. Okay, maybe he deserved it, cool. But at that same time, we cut Josh Jacobs to manage cap space. And what happens that season? The run game bleeds, the culture experiment doesn't work, the team bleeds. 2025, Maxx is frustrated again. He goes on a media tour talking about how he wants to win, praising his hometown team, to the Detroit Lions.
It's incredible to see, and just for the city of Detroit. My mom was born, raised in Detroit. My, aunts and uncles. I grew up in Michigan, right down the street. It's been some long years, and the Lions haven't won in a long time. And now you see the Pistons winning, the Red Wings are winning, and I'm like, damn.
That's awesome.
Now I'm in Vegas. Now we all want to win. I was like, my whole childhood, I was in a tough place. So.
You can still appreciate.
And what do the Raiders do? Another extension. Okay, but what do we also do? Cut key defensive players to manage cap space. More bleeding. Fans say not to blame Maxx Crosby for this. In my opinion, if you don't want to be here, just leave. Because here we are, another offseason where more frustration. He didn't like being shut down the last 2 weeks. I seen his response, right? All I seen is that, his house is in Vegas and that he wants to win and that he minds his own business. I didn't hear him say he wanted to be a Raider. Even if he did say he wanted to be a Raider, I wouldn't believe him. Devontae Adams was doing the same thing, right? He was swearing he wanted to be a Raider until Antonio Pierce let the cat out the bag for that one. So here's my question about that situation. Do you think that Pete Carroll had the power to make the decision to shut down Maxx Crosby the last 2 weeks? Or do you think the people that actually made that decision are still in the building? Now, here's the reality that I think Raider Nation doesn't want to hear. You can't keep comparing Maxx Crosby's value to Micah Parsons' value. Micah Parsons is 2 years younger than Maxx Crosby. If you don't think that matters in the NFL, I don't know what to tell you. You can't keep comparing Maxx Crosby's trade to Khalil Mack's trade. Maxx Crosby's way older than what Khalil Mack was if we were to trade Maxx Crosby right now. And so in my opinion, I don't think the Raiders are getting offers they were expecting. And from a business standpoint, keeping Maxx Crosby might make more financial sense than moving him. The football sense and business sense are not always the same thing. Here is my biggest concern. I started this week believing that we had a new coach who was ready to establish a brand new culture. Something different, something trustworthy, something fresh. But now we're promoting within. So I have to ask, was this really the new head coach's hire? Or was this ownership in the front office making a move to stabilize the business and keep Maxx Crosby? Because culture change doesn't usually start with familiarity. It starts with separation. Now, let me be clear. I trust our new head coach. I don't trust our front office. And until they earn that trust, I'm going to question every bit of this process. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Is this about the defense? Is this about Maxx Crosby? Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I'm out. Peace.